There's a kind of suffering that feels unnecessary. Not the kind that teaches, not the kind that transforms, but the kind that lingers, repeats, and echoes, as if something simple has been missed. Tonight we're not just talking about suffering, though. We're talking about harmony, and the lesson that keeps escaping us. Tonight we sit with Mahasiah. Join me now in and through the static seance. Mahasiah is the fifth of the 72 names of the Shem HaMephorash, traditionally associated with harmony, rectification, and balance through learning. Mahasiah governs correction, not punishment, not judgment, correction. Quiet, persistent force that adjusts what has gone out of alignment. In Kabbalistic thought, this aligns with the idea of the process of restoration, bringing what is fractured back into coherence. Mahasiah teaches that error is not failure, it is instruction. So what lesson in harmony still escapes you? Not what you've learned, not what you understand intellectually, but what you continue to miss. The pattern that repeats, the imbalance that returns, the discord that keeps pulling you off center. Because if it's still happening, then the process isn't complete. In Hermetic philosophy, harmony is not the absence of chaos. It is the balance of opposites, the reconciliation of polarity, light and dark, order and disorder, spirit and matter. The Kybalion speaks of rhythm, the pendulum swing between extremes. Harmony is not about stopping the pendulum. It is learning how to stand at the center. In Kabbalah, imbalance creates fragmentation. The vessels shatter. Reality fractures. And the work of the human being is to restore balance, to participate in the healing of existence itself. Mahasiah exists within this framework as the force that teaches us how to correct. There are essential domains where harmony must be established. Unifying the self, mind, heart, and body move together. Healing relationships. Without harmony, love becomes tension. With it, difference becomes complement. Navigating the world. Life will bring chaos and order. Harmony allows you to stand in the middle without being consumed. Only in harmony do your experiences form a coherent story, instead of scattered fragments. So in the past, what lesson in harmony did you overlook when it was offered? The lesson that escaped me was the role of suffering. I didn't understand it, not in the world and not within myself. Suffering seemed inevitable, necessary, even meaningful in a distorted way, like something you had to endure in order to grow, in order to exist. And because I believed that, I accepted it. I allowed it. I didn't question its presence. I didn't examine its cause. I treated it as fundamental. But that belief creates something dangerous. Because if suffering is necessary, then there's nothing to fix, nothing to correct, nothing to take responsibility for. It becomes part of the structure of reality, instead of a symptom of imbalance. And once you accept that, you stop seeking harmony. So in the present, where does discord pull you out of balance still today? Now that understanding is shifted, because once I began aligning mind, body, spirit, it became clear. Suffering is not a requirement. It's not a foundational law. It is a result, a symptom, a signal of negligence. Negligence towards the self, negligence toward others, negligence towards the world. When something is out of harmony, suffering appears. not to justify itself, but to indicate that something is wrong. And that leads to a difficult realization. If suffering is a symptom, then it can be reduced, prevented, even eliminated through responsibility, through care, through alignment. This doesn't mean control in a tyrannical sense. It means stewardship, guidance, nurturing, a kind of dominion, but not domination. The kind a parent should have over a child. Firm, loving, protective, intentional. The planet is not separate from us. It is part of the same system, the same structure. And when we neglect it, we create imbalance. And that imbalance manifests as suffering. Not because suffering is required, but because harmony has been broken. Mahasiah teaches that restoration begins with recognition, and it continues with action. So in the future, what harmony will you need to embody to move forward? For me, that harmony is integration, mind, body, spirit, and earth, as one continuous system, not separate domains, not isolated responsibilities, but a unified field of care, where every action contributes either to harmony or to imbalance. This is where alchemy enters, not as metaphor, but as process. Transformation through intentional action. Taking what is fragmented and bringing it into coherence. Within yourself and within the world. This is not abstract. This is practical. How you think, how you act, how you treat others, how you engage with the environment. All of it contributes to the state of harmony, or the lack of it. We are often told that chaos is inevitable, that suffering is unavoidable, that imbalance is part of existence. But Mahasiah challenges that, not by denying chaos, but by reframing it. Chaos should not be the end state. It should be the starting point, with harmony being the goal. And it is achievable through awareness and responsibility. So ask yourself, where am I neglecting what I'm responsible for? Harmony is not passive. It's not something you fall into. It's something you create, and then you maintain and protect it, and refine it when needed. And the suffering you experience and the suffering you see is not meaningless. It's instruction. It is guidance. It is the signal that something somewhere is not being cared for. And if that's true, then harmony isn't distant. It isn't abstract. It's a choice, a responsibility, and a path.
Where has the time going? Where does the time gone? Where is the time